Connor, you has talked about this personality test that sort of, test how you want to be coached. Is yours just scream at me for 2 hours of practice as an offensive lineman? Is that how it works?
It actually wasn't. I remember taking those, and I remember mine being like extremely accurate. It was almost a little scary. We got our results back, and I think the coaches have really bought into those results, and it's been cool to see like them connect to us on a deeper level with that.
Because that's uniform in the SEC. That's not here in the state.
The best uniform in the SEC. I think Florida's got some cool combinations. Just I know they're blue and orange. LSU's got some good ones too.
Connor, coming into year 3 now, how much would it mean to win an Iron Bowl this year? And have you noticed any frustration from the fan base about Alabama's win streak?
I mean, that'd be amazing to kind of end their streak and kind of get things back going in our favor. And I think Auburn's passion's definitely shown through. The standard's the standard, no matter the coach, the season. The goal is always the same. So.
Connor, having been here for all 3 years of the Hugh Freeze tenure, what have you kind of seen? What differences have you seen from year 1 to where y'all are now?
From a team perspective, I've just seen an increase in focus, and every year the intensity's got turned up a little bit more, and everything just comes a little bit more urgent as you get older.
Connor, can you talk a little bit about, I know Hugh Freeze is talking about this offensive line is one of the best he's had on paper, bringing the 2 new tackles with Xavier and Mason on the edges. How have you guys really gelled together so far through the spring, and what do you expect that group to be like in the fall this year?
I think there's only one way for an offensive line to gel, and that's with food. So there's been a lot of just hanging out off the field, getting something to eat, just kind of hanging out, finding different ways to surround ourselves with each other. And that's really helped us in that. So I'm excited. I mean, we've got an extremely talented room, a lot of returning players, a lot of experience that we brought in. So I'm excited to go compete with those guys come this season.
Who's the biggest eater on the offensive line?
Jeremiah Wright.
Oh yeah. Is there anything crazy any of the guys like to eat that nobody else would touch?
I don't know that there's anything crazy. So,
What's your dream pregame meal?
something heavy on carbs. I mean, it's pretty basic, but I enjoy the pasta, some of the steak, the bread.
I want to ask you about Tim Keenan, the guy we'll see here tomorrow. Matched up against him, you've seen film. What can you say about just his dominance inside and what you can expect from him maybe this year in that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, just like every single week in the SEC, you gotta face a dude, whether it be an All-American from last year, or someone that's going to get drafted high. You just got to be ready for anything, and he's another guy in the SEC that I look forward to playing every year.
Connor, Auburn's had some tussles with Georgia on the Plains. This year's game looks like it's going to be like a big game. What do you expect to happen?
I think the atmosphere is going to be crazy. I mean, anytime we get to play at Jordan-Hare at night, the fans never disappoint. I mean, I'm excited for that one for sure.
What about being a Georgia guy? Auburn having beat Georgia before?
Yeah, that game I always keep with me personally because growing up in the state of Georgia, I've got friends that are Georgia fans, and when we get a chance to come back for holidays and stuff, it's nice to be able to talk smack to them a little bit.
Connor, you guys are ready to start winning some games and going to bowl games, doing all that stuff that you came to Auburn to do.
Absolutely.
Tell me, how has it been frustrating? 2 consecutive losing seasons for you. What's it been like?
Yeah, just because some of the games that we played, we knew were winnable, and just for whatever reason, we couldn't come away with the win. We couldn't close it out the way we wanted to, and that's definitely frustrating. But all that matters is now we got this season ahead of us. It's going to be a grind, just like any other year. But I'm excited. We just got to focus, tune out the outside noise, and just lock in.
You notice anything different about this year's team compared to the last 2?
Like I said earlier, I just think there's an increased level of intensity. Everything's just more urgent, focus, all that stuff. But there's also a little bit of confidence too. We know we got the talent. Now it's just all about executing.
Is this the best offensive line that you've been a part of so far, and why is that?
I mean, like I said, between the experience, even the new guys that we brought in, from the portal, they brought a lot of experience with them, and it's super talented from top to bottom, including some of the depth we have. So I'm excited.
How's Xavier moving around? I know he missed spring, but how's he moving around now that he's back?
Yeah, we actually got, because we both had the same injury, we were doing a lot of rehab and stuff together. We still work out together, and I'm really excited to get a chance to play with him.
Connor, you're one of the most highly touted guys at your position in the SEC. First of all, what does it mean to be regarded with some of those elite athletes, but also what pressure comes with that?
You know, I'm honored to be in that consideration just because of the pressure that comes with the position. You know, there's only one center. You know, you got 2 guards, 2 tackles, but you know, the play starts and ends with us. We got to make sure everybody's on the same page, and that's something I think I take pride in as a center. So just to be regarded up there as one of the best, I mean, it means a lot.
Who's one of the toughest guys you've gone up against on the D-line?
I see Keldrick fall a couple times a week, and I'm glad we don't play him in the fall because that'd be a nightmare to kind of scheme and try and game plan around. But I think that's just one of those situations where iron sharpens iron, and any chance we get to go against each other, you know, we're going to talk smack after, but you know, it's all fun.
Coach Freeze has talked about, I guess, some of the personality testing things, and just, I know Jackson and Coach were talking about it, but did you have to take a personality test at any point? I guess just what did that look like?
Yeah, we took our, I think it was either right before the spring camp, but I remember my results were scary accurate. Like, I was like, yeah, that sounds right, everything that was on the report. And it's been cool to see the coaches kind of buy into that and help them connect with us.
And how do you like to be coached?
I'd say I'm just very upfront, matter of fact, like, keep it straight with me.
Coach Freeze said this is like one of his favorite offensive line groups. Kind of tell me, as the leader, you know, what's kind of you guys' identity this year?
I mean, yeah, like he said, we're bringing in, we got a bunch of talent. We brought in guys with a bunch of experience, and now just we got to bring it all together. We got to, you know, we'll find our identity as we go throughout the season. But I'm excited to go compete with those guys.